What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen, the reason why I haven't mentioned the live stream tonight is we might not have it because my mic has died. It's officially dead. Now I'm gonna run out of here and go to Best Buy out here in San Antonio and see if I can grab some new mics, because it's hard to do these videos without no microphone. And we still gonna keep going the way we're going. But I mean, it may not be a live stream tonight. If not, we'll take a vote and we'll do the live stream if I'm like this, but I can't be loud like I am at the house. I'm in the hotel. I hope you understand. But listen, I want to talk about this story, man. And this story right here, a lot of the stories I've been covering, this has a lot of different elements and bits and pieces that happened in other stories, all wrapped up in one. You see this young lady right here? Her name is Rose DeJew, 13-year-old girl out of Florida, right? And this young lady lost her life in a heinous way at the hands of this man right here. This piece of crap, I ain't gonna cuss. His name is Jerry Dorismay. Now, I seen the story a couple of days ago, but it just came to a head within the last hour, answering a lot of the questions. So we're gonna do it all in one video, but check it out. This girl, Rose DeJew, was supposed to be going from her apartment to her friend's apartment in an adjacent building, you know, in the same complex, when this guy followed her and she disappeared. This girl, over time, she was found in a storage closet in a apartment unit. Said she was stabbed, partially naked and barely alive. 13-year-old girl. And just take a look at everything. I'll show you all the video we got, and then we'll come back. This is the intro of the intro video. I'll show you that first, and we'll come back and talk a little bit because something just broke. Take a look. I'm sorry.
Orange County deputies need your help identifying this person of interest in the murder of a 13-year-old girl. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Stuart Moore.
And I'm Summer Knowles. Take a close look at this man investigators are searching for after Rose DeJew was killed on the 4th of July. Watch News Tonight. Gabriel shares what we know so far.
New video shows who deputies are calling a person of interest in the murder case of a 13-year-old girl. The man is seen wearing white pants, a pink shirt, and appears to be holding a bag as he leaves a parking lot. Homicide detectives say they need help identifying him. It's been almost 1 week since deputies found Rose DeJew on Rio Grande Avenue near Holden Avenue. They say she was unconscious and died at the hospital. They haven't said yet how she was killed, but according to deputies, the girl had obvious signs of trauma. The principal at Memorial Middle School offered grief counselors to staff and the girl's classmates.
I know I speak for our entire community when I express the grief we feel at the loss of one of our own. Our thoughts and prayers are with her family as they go through this extremely difficult time.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office says homicide detectives are working hard and moving with caution to catch the girl's killer, saying in part, "We are not releasing any details of the crime at this time. Please remember, when we make these choices, it's because any more detailed information can hurt the investigation, which is still in its early stages." Sanay Gabriel, Watch 2 News.
Guys, that's the news from yesterday when they were saying it was a person of interest and they were looking for that guy. That guy right here, his name is Jerry Dorismay, which I showed you in the beginning. And you see how he looked like trash. And he is trash for what he did to a 13-year-old child. Now, as I was talking to you guys, something else broke on the internet. And here's the new news of what they know. And brace yourself. It says graphic, man. Some animals out here. Take a look.
The accused killer of a 13-year-old girl is now in jail in Orange County. This is such a disturbing story. Rose DeJew was murdered on the 4th of July.
Deputies say the young girl was attacked by the man who was a stranger to her. West 2's Sanay Gabriel is live at the sheriff's office today, and tonight we're learning Rose's family found her in a utility closet.
Yeah, just awful. Investigators say she was partially naked, stabbed, and barely alive. It happened at an apartment complex where Rose lived on South Rio Grande Avenue near Holden Avenue. And we're told her family knocked on several doors looking for their girl after she never made it to her friend's home.
28-year-old Jerry Dorismay is facing first-degree murder. He was taken to jail 1 week after he allegedly stabbed a young girl to death. Rose DeJuste was just 13 years old.
Rose was senselessly and brutally murdered on July 4th in the apartment complex where she lived.
On Friday, we heard from Orange County Sheriff John Mina. He said Rose was heading to her friend's place in another building at the same apartment complex, but she never made it. That was July 4th.
Her friend found Rose's cell phone and shoes in the staircase in that apartment building and reached out to Rose's family. And a family member was knocking on doors to see if they could find Rose. And then they entered the utility closet and then ultimately found Rose in that closet.
Rose had been stabbed and had barely any clothes on. She later died at the hospital. Mina says video from the complex captured the suspect walking at a distance behind Rose as she was heading to her friend's building. He adds detectives found the packaging of a kitchen knife near Rose's body, and that security video from a nearby store showed Dorismay buying what is believed to be that same knife. Investigators are working to determine if the 13-year-old was sexually assaulted.
The community is upset. We received many tips about him, and in fact his father also called us to identify him as well.
Mina says people have seen the suspect in that area before watching young girls and that he has a criminal record of child abuse. The sheriff's office recently had an encounter with Dorismay after responding to a call about a man holding a knife. Mina says during that response, Dorismay punched deputies, but was ultimately Baker acted and released. Live in Orange County, Sinaica Bergadigues, WESH 2 News.
And continuing our team coverage of this developing story, digging into the criminal background of the murder suspect. Jerry Dorismay has multiple felony arrests.
WESH 2 investigative reporter Greg Fox has been peeling back the layers in his court files. And Greg, he has one case in which police say he was targeting teenage girls.
That's right. He was arrested and charged with aggravated child abuse and several counts of lewd and lascivious behavior on a girl over the age of 12, but under the age of 18. But much of his legal past involves arrests for domestic violence.
For at least 6 years before Jerry Dorismay was charged in the murder of 13-year-old Rose DeJuste, he was in and out of the Orange County Jail, mostly on charges of violent crime. In several cases, his former girlfriend was the alleged victim, but Dorismay was rarely prosecuted. In 2018, he was charged by the sheriff's office with battery by strangulation and battery dating violence. His girlfriend told deputies she was unable to breathe, but the state declined to prosecute, filing a no information notice. Just 3 months after that case against Dorismay was cleared, his girlfriend called 911 and told deputies Dorismay grabbed her jacket collar and threw her back with such force that it left a hole in the wall. He also flattened her car tires so she couldn't leave and was arrested for false imprisonment and battery domestic violence. She also told deputies she believes Dorismay suffers from mental illness. Again, the state attorney declined to prosecute and dropped the charges. That prompted his girlfriend to later obtain a domestic violence injunction, telling the court in one incident, "Jerry was trying to kidnap me. I had to jump out of the car while Jerry was driving." And in 2020, Dorismay focused his anger on 2 teenagers, including the daughter of his then roommate. Orlando police charged him with lewd and lascivious molestation and aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. The girls reported being attacked by Dorismay with a piece of bed frame and one being punched in the arm and chest. His roommate's daughter also said Dorismay touched her several times over her clothes on her breasts and buttocks and asked her several times to have sex. But Dorismay was convicted only of aggravated child abuse and given a 1-year prison sentence.
Now, in that last case involving the 2 teenage girls who said they had to run away from Dorismay, that apartment complex was on South Rio Grande Avenue, just 10 blocks north of where Rose's body was found July 4th. Nancy?
All right, Greg, thank you. Eye-opening report there and maddening as well. And stay with WESH 2 News on air and online as we continue to cover Rose's murder.
That's the news so far. I think they said this man is 28 years old. Either way, he's too old to be doing what he did and shouldn't have did it in the first place. This is a 13-year-old girl. Now, remember I told you guys this had the makeup of a lot of different stories I recently have done. The Jocelyn Nungery case. Somebody took advantage of them and left them just out in the open, or just left their bodies abandoned after ravishing a child. She was just a year younger than this young girl right here, Rose DeJew. There are people out here that are heartless and don't care if you're a child or older woman, nothing. It's like nowadays, a lot of these people that are just out of control are just doing what they want to do. Said he brought a knife prior to coming and stabbing this girl as he followed her and stalked her. That looked like what? The situation with the giant eagle. Remembering in North Olmsted, Ohio? We all know about that story. Yo, it's crazy how it's a pattern that follows suit in a series of crimes over a certain amount of time. You see it a lot. If it's a major mass shooting on TV, there'll be smaller mass shootings right behind that for a while, and then it stops, and then it go off, and then they go to something else. It's strange. It's like the evil nature that's in man nowadays is like almost purposely done or something. I can't even explain it, but it's just strange that once these crimes come, they come in like small droves, and then they stop, and then it goes to something else, and then that's copied, and then it runs. I don't know if any of you guys ever noticed that or not, but this thing right here, they saying they don't know if she was sexually assaulted or whatever. Her pants off. Come on, stop. I mean, the media can't say nothing, but I mean, come on. You've seen this history. Oh, history of watching young girls. Got a history of multiple felonies, violent offenses, young girls included, and domestic violence. Why are we not surprised? Look at his damn face. He looked like crap. He looked like crap. Now, some people say he got mental illness. He was Baker acted before. Yeah, well, he should have stayed there. See the thing? He assaulted his roommate's daughters. Beat on them. Wanting them to have sex with him. Multiple times. Throwing women through walls. Savage shit. I ain't mean to cuss. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. But a 13-year-old girl is dead. And all she was doing was going to a friend's house. And thinking about that. She shouldn't have to walk with her head on a swivel from a grown man behind her. Said her shoes and stuff was found outside. This guy right here jumped on her like a lion or something. It's a damn shame that kids can't even be kids no more. This whole thing is just messed up, man. I mean, my heart really go out to the family. Because I'm sure she said something to somebody like, hey, I'm going to such and such house. And they was like, okay, be careful. And that was the last thing they said. See, regardless if a parent is there or not, a lot of times they feel a lot of guilt that this happened and they couldn't do nothing about it. And that's the stuff that bothers me about this. I mean, kids should have the freedom to go to and fro within reason. This is probably a trip she made multiple times and nothing ever happened. For this guy, now they didn't say if he lived in that complex or not. But it's very eerie to me seeing that first video I showed you of him walking with his shirt off. I guess it had blood on it. And him walking down the street, a grown-ass man with his shirt off looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? After he did what he did. Why? So I tell you, man, we clean this thing up. A lot of people got to go. They need to start taking people's citizenship. Because, I mean, this girl will never get true justice. This guy will be alive. And if they do give him the death penalty or whatever, it's still not enough. It's still not enough. Every time this year around, when the police, they got the news from the police that she died, it brings back the pain again. That's the thing. We doing out here committing crimes and violent acts and creating wounds that really never heal. They don't, because you missed that loved one. You never got a chance to see them grow up. and be the woman that you hope you could, with your knowledge and wisdom that you put in them, they could be. She's 13 years old. Wealth of potential she could have been. This guy's life already fucked up. And that's the thing, misery love company. People will put their problems on you, their urges and all this other stuff. They know right from wrong, but won't do it. Crazy or not. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope her family gets justice, and may Rose DeJew rest in peace. And this guy right here can rot in hell. I'm out.